Alright, let's get to this. It's going to be a short video. I'm just going to be doing, like I said, this is going to be a quick visual tour of the characters that I made for Soul Calibur VI. Not going to be playing with them, just going to be kind of showing them. So, like I said, this is going to be a short video. Do you want to actually take a quick peek on this Joker just in case? Made him back in 2019. I need to go back and touch up Gambit. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Those were two that actually were made by somebody else, and I went ahead and gave them my own custom touch. Yay! Yeah, it's hard to see him. But, yeah, there you go. Frickin' Dante. First character I made when I got the game. Eyes are a little creepy looking, but that's alright. As you can see, the rest of the outfit doesn't look bad. Not exactly a perfect design. Character number 2. And then now that I know that I can fix his eyes, it's a little funky, but I think I did an alright job with him. It's kind of a rush job, but now that I know I can actually make his eyes red and black like the actual character, that'll work. You didn't know I made Gambit? I thought I showed you all these characters. I just need to fix the eyes though, make his eyes red and black. This was just kind of me fucking around. I don't know why I did this, but I was like, well, screw it. You know who that is? Doesn't look exactly, but then again, whatever, I don't care. You know what's funny? Those wings, I actually based them off the Devil May Cry 5 wings that Nero has. I thought, well, she's freaking dead anyway, so why not? Everybody's gonna get traumatized because, you know, oh, she died. You're familiar with the Dragon Ball Hero stuff, right? Yeah, there's a character native to that series called Zeno Goku. Basically Goku wearing this outfit, but he comes from a different universe. That's basically what I did. Was I got the thing that looks closest to a cloak, a sleeveless cloak that he has, and just kind of did whatever. I think it's all right. I mean, you wouldn't notice it at first, but I basically took 3 triangles and stuck it in his head to make it look like Goku's hair. But it kind of works. I think it actually looks good from the front. It actually looks more like his hair. This character is from Final Fantasy Dissidia, so you should recognize this Joker, to recognize him. I think I did a fucking... I took time on him to make him look as close as I could. I mean, look at the detail work I put in on this outfit. Changed the patterns, changed the colors. Did pretty much everything I could do. Changed his bandana to look pretty much close as I could to make it to look right. I mean, if you look at Furion from Dissidia, he looks pretty close. And that was the thing about his weapons. Actually, I need to show you that. Because remember in Dissidia, he could summon all those different weapons? Yeah, look what... See why he looks like he could do all that shit? That's why I made him that character, because I was like, well, it's perfect. It goes with him being able to pull out swords and axes and bows and shit. That's actually, I think he's one of my better characters. Let's see. Character number 6. It's a character from Samurai Showdown. You probably have never seen him before, but I know you're probably thinking the first thought is, hey, look, it's Edward Scissorhands. But if you look up a character named Asura, that's what he looks like. Basic, a lot of belts and like a bodysuit type thing. The hair, unfortunately, I couldn't make all black, but you get the idea. Kind of looks like Orochimaru now that I look at him. Now this character, again, was one of my best characters. Because if you look at him, he looks damn near spot fucking on. He doesn't even have a name, he's just called the Warrior of Light. But you notice though, I mean, look at the detail work I put in. I changed the texture of the armor. Everything's like perfectly matched. I mean, I actually had to do some crazy shit with the horns to get it to look right. Those horns are supposed to be like horizontal. So this is actually one of my best characters, I think. If not the best, because I put a lot of effort to make it look right. Now, for some reason, I don't know why I did this, but I was like, well, you know what? Let's put Squall in an original costume. Unfortunately, I gave him a very weird fighting style. But I think he actually doesn't look too bad, you know. And I gave him a closest weapon that looked like a gun blade, so that's why I gave him that style. Kind of looks like his Seed outfit, and the fact that he's got a giant lion for a belt is actually kind of hilarious. Okay, this one you should be able to tell exactly what it is. I mean, how could you not? Yep. But if you notice, look closely at his eyes. I actually put something in his skull to make his eyes look kind of messed up like that. He's even got the sandals on his bony ass feet. Simple design, but he comes off looking pretty badass. And that was actually based off the design of him in Castlevania. I mean, I could have put him in armor, but I think just the cloak kind of speaks volumes. Again, another Marvel character that I painstakingly tried to go through. Kind of simple, but oh, actually, you know what? I need to change him, put the correct boots on him. Hey! You can't tell me that's not creepy looking. Skeletor. I mean, I could have. E-Man. I'm gonna change. Yeah, I like those boots better. Okay, now this character is from a game called Splatterhouse. A little goofy with the eyes, but you kind of get the idea. Now, if you notice what I did, I went through the trouble of making him covered in blood. Now, it was supposed to be, his head's supposed to have a mask with glowing eyes, but that's the closest I could do for what I had to work with. But I think he came out alright. Because he basically has coveralls. Well, I guess you're not even. You already know who this is. I mean, how can you not? You knew about this, right, Joker? Yeah, but can you see that I put the detail into his jacket and his out? That's the actual pattern he has on his outfit. I even put it on. I put it on everything except the boots. I probably could have put it on the boots too. Matter of fact. You know what? I'm going to fix that. Oh, well that sucks. No, I guess I can't do it. But I can put that pattern on those boots. Basic 7, okay. There we go. That's better. You remember watching Code Veronica, right? Does she look familiar? Nah. It's actually supposed to be the mutated form of Alexia. How she looked kind of like that whole, like, snake shedding her skin type thing. It's kind of an odd thing, but you know what? I was like, fuck it. I wanted to put it there because, yeah, she could just kind of look good like that. Her skin's kind of like all crazy. I could probably fix her up, and I think I should. Yeah, because the shoes were off on this. I kind of botched it up a little bit. That's why I couldn't fucking... Yeah, I was trying to get the boots right, and I didn't have a way to do the boots because it would fuck up the... It would screw up the look. Well, in case you didn't notice, that was actually Jill from RE5. Although her hair is a little too blonde, I think it needs to be more whitish. Well, her hair is kind of whitish. That's actually better. Come on, Joker, you should be loving this shit. And look, she's even got Chris's knife on her back. This was just too easy, so... There you go, Joker. Since I know you like that. Oh shit, I just now realized something. Now that Hamaru's thing got added, I bet I can change her weapons now. Nah, fuck. Oh shit, I can. That's frickin' great. Japan flag is white with a red circle, right? That's not perfect, but I'll tell you what, that looks badass. I just wish I could get the angle right. Ah, it's so close. You know what? Screw it. That's close. I already tried. That's as far as it'll go. That's about as close as I can get it, but that's actually pretty badass. Okay, that's all the way and then halfway. 31.04. Okay. Here I am editing on the fly and shit. That's friggin' amazing, dude. The fact that it's close to her fans, but not exactly, but it's still... It's a little funky. I mean, it's not 100%. But, like, if you look at it on this side, it looks fine. Like, it actually looks right. Over here, maybe not much. I don't care. Now that Maya's got her fans, that's hilarious. I'm honestly thinking this is just silly because it's like everyone can have some kind of a cloth fan to fight with. Okay, anyways. Another character I was proud of, I had to take some liberties the way he was designed, but I think he looks fucking amazing for who he is. Yeah, that's a good look right there. And if you notice, look at his ears. I even did that shit right. Very much like the way I designed him. It's not 100% like his Symphony of the Night outfit, but I don't care. This looks like a badass design with all the different gold, black, and red layering. This is actually hilarious. This is actually Mitsurugi, give or take what I could work with, from the first Soul Blade, the actual first game before Calibur. And ironically, he actually looks kind of spot on if you look at him. Like the pattern's a little off on the pants, but everything else, the colors, the sandals, the armor, kind of looks how he looks like. For some reason I saw that one day. I was like, well, I want to at least make him. You wouldn't know this game because it came out before your time. You were probably a kid when it came out. But it's a game called Battle Arena Toshinden. It's actually one of the characters in that game. Basically a knight type character. Anyone who's familiar with the original game will recognize it. Whatever. Again, another Battle Arena Toshinden character. I kind of had to piecemeal his ass because didn't really have the exact outfit, but I think he looks alright for what he looks like. Eiji's hair was a lot spikier, and I could have done the Goku route, but I was like, I didn't feel like it that day, so I just left it alone. This character is from a movie called Legend. I don't know if you ever heard of that. But it's the Tim Curry version of the devil. And in that movie they called him Darkness. I think now I can give him an actual tail. I don't even check that. Matter of fact, he's supposed to have bigger eyebrows too. Maybe he didn't. No, he didn't have eyebrows. That's right. He should at least have a tail. I don't know if I can give him one. What the hell? It's a tiny tail. I'd rather him have no tail at all. Oh, that's right. Now I remember what I was supposed to give to him. Because he had like a cloak around his torso, but he didn't actually have anything pants on. He just kind of had to cover his junk. So I wonder... Well, that just looks wrong. He's supposed to have friggin' what the fuck? Okay. Well, I need to see what his skin tone looks like. $519. Okay. Well, this will be disturbing for some viewers. Look at my junk. Well, if you look at the actual character, he didn't have anything on before except for just like a little, like a cloak or a belt or something. It was the weirdest thing. But I can't find anything to give him. What the hell? Okay, wait a minute. The flags are like for everything? Oh, cool, he's got flags sticking out of his butt cheeks. Okay. No thanks. Actually, this might look right if I put it all black. That's a little much. It needs to be like just like a piece of cloth covering his nether region. See, that's the problem. I keep running into an issue about what should I change it to. Well, that doesn't look right either. The samurai or the hakama actually look like the best thing for him. I'll try that. Maybe. It looks a little weird because it's armored. But he does have his goat legs in the movie, so... just gonna straight put this as black. Yeah, see, that's not that doesn't look horrible. See, that actually looks right. Except for the body hair looking things. I don't understand. Okay, cool. So his legs are accurate now to how he actually looks in the movie. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you this too. This shows you the detail that I put into this. Look at the... Let me see if I can... Can you see the blade of the scythe? That... It's got blood splatter all over the blade. Cool. Alright, so I fixed him. Now, this character is actually, you know, supposed to be Testament from Guilty Gear, but unfortunately Testament is so friggin' feminine that there was no way to make him look right unless I made him actually a chick in the game. And unfortunately it wouldn't let me give him shirtless, so I had to put something on him, you know. So I did about the closest thing I could do. So yes. It's kind of freaky actually, but that's kind of... And again, I actually did the blood splatter all over the blade type thing. I think I actually did an alright job with this character. I mean, he still looks... I used the most manly looking face I could. So, it kind of fits. As weird as that sounds, it actually doesn't. It's not... I don't think it's a bad look for the... If you look at the original character. Okay. This character you're going to recognize and you're going to laugh when you see him. Yeah, that creepy fucker from RE4. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I actually tried to make his eyes look like they were sewed up. I could probably fix that more now and actually put some stuff coming through his skull and make it look like stitch work. But I did what I could. But again, if you notice, look at his claws and his arms and his legs and shit. You see, that's a sign of somebody who knows what they're doing. When I'm putting blood splatter on all that shit, that takes some time, man. I think that's his actual name is Garador. I'm pretty sure that's... I researched it, so I'm pretty sure that was his name. You gotta think though, he's creepy in the fact that... Let me see that. He's just creepy in that fact that the claws actually work, you know? Okay. This is a character from King of Fighters 2003. I had a hard time getting him to look somewhat close. But if you look at Mukai and you actually see what he looks like, this is kind of how he looks. Like, I actually got the rings on his arms to look somewhat right. His skin tone looks concrete-ish or stone-ish. His eyes are like that. It's the closest thing I could do for his hair. But I think he came out good. Especially if you look at him in the dark, he looks almost perfect skin-wise. Because he actually looks like he's made of stone. I think I did an alright job. Now this character is from a Capcom fighting game called Star Gladiator. I don't know if you remember that. The main character was named Hayato, and this is like an evil version of Hayato. Ironically enough, I think he actually looks kind of close to the source material. He even has the friggin' eye thing that he had, because he wears like a metal eye patch as an evil character. And his sword actually looks kind of like this anyways. I just gave him a double-bladed sword just because it looks cool. I think he came out alright. This character is from a game called Captain Commando. And I know you're probably thinking, what the fuck kind of weird shit is this? But that's actually what he looks like. He's a freaking mummy. I think I need to set his eyes a little further back in his head, because they look kind of bulging out right there. Yeah, fix his eyes right fast. That's what I was just telling you. He was a character from a game called Captain Commando. That's right, I remember I had a hard time with him now that I think about it. You know what? He looks fine. He's basically a mummy who's one of the characters you can play as. But since, like, I saw that they had a mummy character variant in this game, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and make him. Not a problem. This character I'm actually very proud of, because he looks pretty fucking sick. And he actually looks on point, too. Almost identical to the actual character. I know you're probably looking at him going, oh look, it's fucking Sephiroth. Well, kinda, sort of. He's basically a demon version of a character named Hyo Kagami. He's a hidden boss in rival schools. But, yeah, dude, I think he looks sick as hell. That character is basically Maki. I'm not even gonna click her because she looks just like Mai anyways, except with blonde hair. This character, ironically enough, is another character from Toshinden. She's, as you can tell, she's a freaking dominatrix. And that's why I gave her this weapon right here, is because she's, in that game, she carries a whip. So, yeah, I gave her a sword that can turn into a freaking whip. I think I could have made her tits a little bigger, but I don't think they look bad. I mean, they're not exactly huge, but I think they're right. Huge. They're very bigly. This character is from an SNK series called Savage Rain. The guy's name is actually King Lion. I couldn't get the right gloves though. That's the only problem, because the gloves would have looked weird as shit if I had actually taken a couple of balls and stuck them on the edge of his hands. Because he wears boxing gloves. As far as the armor and shit goes, it's actually not too bad. And the reason I gave him this weapon is because he carries a sword like that in the game. But as far as like the face mask and shit, his hair is a little bit wilder in the actual game, but I think he came out okay. It's not one of my better characters, but... Now, of course, you'll recognize this guy because he came off looking perfect. Damn near perfect. How can you not recognize this character? I actually like the way he looks, dude. I put just the right amount of muscle into him and everything, and the hairstyle. Honestly, I love this design that I did for Trunks. And you wouldn't know this by looking at him, but look at the back. I actually put the Capsule Corp logo on it. I even also went as so far as to, it's hard to see, but if you look at his belt, I actually made it accurate. Like I put a sticker on his actual belt to make it look like the red square on his actual belt. So I put some effort into this character. Now I know you're going to be like, I don't really care about this character because I think he's gay, and you're probably right. But I decided to make him anyways because I put a lot of effort into him just because. Can you guess who he is? I did the only foot design that actually looks like monster feet. The fact that I actually gave him a cloak and then gave him wings on top of that. I mean, look at the design work that I put into his face. It actually looks like Griffith underneath the mask. So I think I did a decent job with him. Looks kind of creepy as shit, but you know. Weapon style? No, that's right. Aswell. Now this is the one that I got 10,000 likes on Twitter. I freaking love this one. You ever heard of an anime called Bio Booster Guyver? If you ever look it up, look up what Guyver is. Guyver. But if you look at the main character, this is what his armor looks like. Now granted, I could only do so much with it, but he actually has blades on his arms, and it's cool because this armor right here even has like a little bit of an armor thing on the elbow. But when I first took the picture, it looks like this blade, this one blade right here, was going through his arm. It's kind of like, yeah, it was kind of like that. You could kind of look at it. But I mean, the detail work in this took a long time because I had to change the texture of damn near everything on his body. Can't really see it too well, but I actually used one of those creepy characters, Darksiders, I think. Added the designs on the helmet, added the other designs, added the horn. I mean, this one took me, I think, over an hour, maybe an hour and a half to actually finish. But it was worth it because this character looks sick as fuck. And I noticed somebody else tried to do a Guyver as well after this. After I uploaded mine, somebody else tried to do Guyver, and I'll give them credit. I mean, it looks okay, but you can definitely tell that they borrowed off my design. I ain't gonna hurt him. I ain't gonna hate on him for that, but you know, whatever. Remember how I showed you Last Blade 2? Yeah, here's this guy. That Setsuna guy. I tried to do what I can on this. I don't know if you noticed, but I actually had to put stickers on his coat and actually give it that white, like, liner part. Because I'm sitting there looking at the coat thinking, how am I going to do this? But I actually was able to do it. Like, it doesn't look bad. It's a little funky looking, but it doesn't look bad. I even tried to figure out how to make his hair longer because he has extremely long hair. So, thankfully, unless you have a really keen eye, you're not going to notice that I put feathers on the back of his head to make it look like ponytails, like streaks of hair. Most people probably wouldn't notice it. Well, yeah, because I just told you. And then there's this character, which was easy, honestly, but I still think it's cool to put him in the game. Another character? No, that's the character from Last Blade. I mean, I could make a Kenshin, yeah, but this is actually that character Moria from Last Blade 2. And yeah, I went through a lot of painful bullshit like that ring right there. The rings on his arms, I had to sit there and make those. I think he came out pretty badass looking. Although if I do Rurouni Kenshin, I don't know which version of Kenshin I should make. Either the Samurai X version or the TV series. And speaking of another Kenshin type thing, here is, remember that other guy I showed you on Last Blade 2, the guy who could throw fire out? Yeah. Well, I actually do like this character. I don't know why I can't get his fucking pose to work. But yeah, I mean, he actually came out good. I went through hell trying to make his collar though, because I don't know if you noticed what the collar is, but it's basically a pair of bat wings that I basically inverted and had to put into his shoulders to make it look like a giant cloak. Looks really funky, honestly. It's not exactly perfect, but I think he looks cool. And I didn't. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed his face. I gave him that eye because in the actual game he's just got like that dot thing on his forehead. And I was like, well, I'll just give him something a little better. Again, another Last Blade character slash Rurouni Kenshin character. Shisho. I don't remember his actual name in Last Blade. I think it's Mokuro. Yeah, it's Mokuro. But I actually had to put a little bit of effort into his ass too, because he uses that kind of a blade, and he's got all the other crap. Thing that was really rough. Can you see his eye? That was hard for me, because what I had to do was take two things, like two balls, and stick them on his head to make it look like his face is all bandaged up. So I literally had to take two rings, invert them, warp them a little bit, but it looks like his face is all bandaged up to a certain point. I could have actually done his entire face, but I was like, no, I'm just going to cover up his eye and just make it look kind of sick looking, like you can barely see his eye out of it. I think he came out cool though, all things considered. I could probably fix the eye, but I'm not overly worried about that right now. This is a character from Street Fighter named Sodom. Trying to think of a pose that he doesn't look completely goofy like. Yeah, he's a goofy looking character, but he's basically like an otaku, Japanese weeaboo kind of guy. He's an American, but he dresses up in Japanese armor and shit. What's funny is if you look at the moon on the helmet, it's actually reminiscent of another samurai character. I think he came out alright. He does use Tonfa. He actually uses twin swords in the original final fight, but when they brought him into Street Fighter, he uses Tonfa. So, thankfully, Talim or whatever is a perfect character for this. I'm trying to think of another character I was going to make that uses Tonfa as a weapon, but I can't remember who it was now. I was going to make somebody. Okay, you're going to laugh at this one. This is the one I put on Facebook a long time ago saying, "Don't sue me, Disney." I think I did an alright job with this. I tried to put the designs on there to look like lightning, and it looks kind of cool on his armor, but on the axe it looks a little goofy, but at least on the rest of it, it looks kind of cool. I actually went through enough effort on this too, because if you look at his chest, remember how in the actual movie he's got those 6 like circle things that conduct the lightning through him? I basically put that on his body, but I had to really work it to sit there and get the things to actually go into his body. But I think it came out cool looking, like his eyes and shit. This is more like Thor Ragnarok Thor, but I think it came out all right. Now, this is a character that I got a lot of likes for as well, because somebody on Maximilian's crew really likes The Last Dragon, so I made this character for him. Now, I don't know if you ever saw The Last Dragon, but it was a silly movie. You know, it was like a black exploitation film. Basically, you know, this one black guy is basically Bruce Lee, and this guy's the main bad guy. But if you look up a picture of this guy, his name is Shonuff, Shonuff. If you actually look up a picture, he actually looks pretty damn close. Huh? Yeah, it's not Kenny, it's Steve. Steve, yeah. Kenny looks more like this guy, but Steve is the one who's the big Last Dragon fan. Every time you subscribe to his channel, it does the song, it does like a clip of the song. So... well, yeah, I mean, all of them technically are. I mean, I could look it up. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I went through a lot of trouble to make this. And if you even look at the character, like the belt right there, it's like a leopard belt that he wears. So yeah, I made it look like the actual thing. In fact, technically, this part was weird because if you notice what I did with his hair right here, I literally took a shape, stuck it in his head, and made it look like his hair was just kind of like, I matched the texture and everything and the color, and made it look like his hair was kind of just pooped up in a top knot, like a samurai. I went through some shit to try to make that look right. Let's see here. This I kind of like, but he doesn't look 100%. But you know, you could tell who he is just by looking at him. Yeah, Castlevania. It's actually Richter. I even gave him the flame sword looking thing to make it look like the flame whip. Kind of an easy design, but I still think he looks kind of cool though. He's about as close as I could make him. I literally had to take a short jacket and put the belt option, make it the same texture, same color, and make it look like a trench coat. I don't know if you noticed that. But yeah, those are two different actual parts right there. And this is actually Simon Belmont from the game Castlevania Judgment. Again, this is another character that I had to put a lot of effort into customizing the designs. Yeah. Well, let's see if you know this character. He's an old anime character. might be before your time. This is an actual old animated character who was even kind of old even for when I was around. But if you ever remember hearing a series called Record of Lotus War, no, this isn't Samurai. This Record of Lotus War was basically Lord of the Rings anime. Did you ever play the game Chrono Trigger? This is another character from that game. In fact, I think it's the main bad guy or one of the main bad guys. Unfortunately, I had a really rough time making this character. A really hard time. I think he looks alright. I got the skin tone damn near perfect. The hair is more supposed to be slicked down, but I think he actually looks good for what it is. But like, he had a cod piece, and you can see right here, I went through a lot of hell to try to make that look right. But since he does use a scythe in Chrono Trigger, I was like, well, fuck it, you know? Now, you're gonna laugh at this shit. This is actually supposed to be the egg of the king from Berserk. I know you're looking at this like, what the fuck? Yeah, but remember, have you seen any of the Berserk? Do you remember how, like, once the eclipse happens, the thing makes its face? Like, the egg actually makes its own face, like you see a face on it. Look at the, yeah, look at the face. I even went so far in this design as to give him a top ring to make it look like, you know, he's actually got the little carrying thing on his head. I mean, this was just weird. I don't know why I made this character, but I was like, well, screw it. Just make it look creepy. It's very disturbing. I mean, some people see this and go, what the hell is wrong with you? Now, this character, I went through. This is another one of those 2-hour edit jobs. This is actually based on a character named Seek from a game called Chaos. What's it called? Chaos Legion. And this was basically a game that was like Devil May Cry before Devil May Cry. Part of the reason I'm actually proud of this design is because of how close I got him to actually looking like the character. You wouldn't be able to tell, but if you look at it, look at his belt. Look at his belt buckle. It's kind of close. It wasn't exactly, but whatever. He actually does have a red armored arm, and his other arm is all bandaged up. So there you go. I made it look like bandaged arm. He does have a sleeveless cloak. And here's the coolest part about this entire character. Actually he has a design on the back of his jacket in the actual game. So I just kind of figured out putting something on the back of his, you know, make it work. The other thing that I went through a lot of hell with is his legs, because basically I had to put stickers on his pants to make it look like his legs have those rings on them, but since they were his full legs, I had to put 2 sets of stickers. One set up at the top, and then another set down here. And you can see, you wouldn't be able to notice it in the game, but I had to put a set of black over the red to make it look like it was correct. So yeah, if you ever look up that character, you'll see how hard it was to make that. This character is from a game called Mace the Dark Age. It was a fighting game that came out a while ago in the arcades. It's really awkward bullshit. I think Midway did it, but it just had all these different characters that you could control and use. And this is actually one of the characters who's basically an undead knight. And you're gonna laugh when you say it, and you're gonna laugh, you know. But this is actually how he looks. And you can tell I even tweaked his eyes a little bit. Like I actually put a giant cylinder inside of his skull and put a couple of white dots on it to simulate the eyes. I'm actually glad I did it that way, because if I didn't, he would look really creepy otherwise. Again, it's another Skeletor, but whatever. This character is based off Yuki from Last Blade 2, another Last Blade character. Kind of simple design, but you get the point. She doesn't look too bad. And she does use a spear, so that works out. This is another one of those long characters that I made. It's Alucard from Hellsing Ultimate. Now I know you're probably thinking, well, you went a little overboard. Yeah, I did. Because I had to put a pattern on every piece of his armor. I had to put it over every single thing to give it that look. I even had to put some flame looking things and made it look like his hair to look like his hair is just going wild. But I think it came out cool. The only iffy thing about it is the turtle shells for his knee guards. That looks a little bad. I think I can fix it later, but because it's part of the greaves, I don't know how I can fix it. I gotta find something I can use to substitute it. Overall, though, I think it came out cool. I was actually gonna do a cosplay of this Alucard, but I'd have to make the armor, and I don't think I could do it. I'm not that skilled. I'm not gonna do poison, because poison's, you know, poison's poison, whatever. This I was kind of laughing about, but I'm glad he came out and looked right. I know your brother said something about my gambit, but if he saw this, he'd be like, "Holy shit!" Trying to think of, yeah, there we go. I was trying to think of a pose that he could do that looks cool. I'm surprised you didn't even notice who he is. Well, they're probably busy, I guess. So you got Mitsuharu. Kind of figured you would have at least given me a little bit of props for the Wolverine that I just put up there. Whatever. Well, this is Worf from Star Trek. It's actual Klingon, you know, variation like battle ready Worf. I actually think I did an alright job with them because I was really researching the outfits that they wore, and this is about as close as I could get it. And I don't know, I can't remember what the name of that fucking that blade he uses, the Bakla or whatever the hell it's called. But I can't remember. But that's basically it. This actually, I honestly think he looks pretty badass like this, to be honest. You never think a Star Trek character would be in Soul Calibur, but I think it's just hilarious. And here's Taskmaster from Marvel. Another one of those characters I went through a lot of bullshit to try to get just right for the character. Extra stickers on the arms, extra symbol on his chest. I mean, I went through hell to make this. Now I know you're going to recognize this, because there ain't no way you can't. Yep. Now you can tell that I actually went through the trouble to give him the lightning bolt on the eye too. I think as a weird design goes, I think I did alright with this. It's kind of a weird design in the fact that it's like a samurai version of David Bowie's Space Alien. So it's kind of, you're mixing two different genres. I think it came out cool though. This, if you ever played Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, this is actually Genesis. Pretty easy. I think it came out looking good. Although if I really wanted to make him accurate, I'd make him have a giant freaking book in his hand. Always talking about fucking Loveless. And speaking of Crisis Core, here's Angeal. Yeah, it's actually one of the weapons that Siegfried has, called Clockwork. It's the closest thing I could get to a Buster Sword. But Angeal, I think, came out alright. I tried to make him look as close as I could to a soldier uniform, but it's kind of hard, man. With what I had to work with, it was definitely hard. This is actually... Yeah, maybe. This is another one that I actually enjoyed putting together, but fuck if he wasn't hard to make. Yep. This is another one of those that I went through hell to make because I had to put the patterns just right. I had to sit there and do extra stuff. Remember the talisman that he has that turns him evil? That's it right there. I had to put the horns on his helmet. Honestly, man, the way I designed his helmet, right there, that's fucking amazing to me because it came out so well. it actually looks very similar to the actual design. Which is why I was kind of proud of this, the way he looks, because he looks like the... Kind of looks like Dark Raiden, like to a point, or to a T. I don't know why I gave him a spear, though. I know he uses a staff, so whatever. And this, you're going to laugh at because you're not a fan of the series, but this is actually Terra from Kingdom Hearts. I think he came out okay, except for the giant heart that's on his crotch. But that's actually how it's supposed to look. But the arm guard and all that shit that he has on, that's actually accurate. Yeah, I did. Hold on. There. What's up? I know you're going to wonder about this one, Joker, but this is actually Berserk. It's friggin' Zod. Sword's all bloody. I actually really like the way he came out. Although, I think I need to give him some hair, though, because well, he's kind of hairless anyways. I know. And here's the other version of Femto, the one that's actually later into the series. I did what I could to make him look right, but I'll tell you what, that was hard as hell to do. I kind of like those, you can see his hair underneath the helmet. Truth be told, if you actually see the weapon damage, that's actually how he looks without the mask. And he looks right, but if you notice real closely, yeah, look at the face real close. You can tell that that's actually a woman's face. Yep, there you go. Well, if he's a woman, technically he wouldn't be gay. He's going after the guts. If he was a real woman. Yeah, it's hard to tell, actually, because one of them definitely is. I think Femto's not gay. I think he's just evil. And yeah. And speaking of another Berserk character, here's Casca. I actually think I did a good job with her, because she looks really close to, for what I had armor-wise, she looks really close to the character. She even has the freaking, like, thigh-high boots that the character has in the anime. And of course, I think you remember this, my Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Which honestly was very hard to try to theorize because I had no fucking clue how to do it. And you really can't tell from the backside. I mean, thankfully, no. Whatever. I ran out of room actually for stickers. I couldn't give him the fur on the back because I literally ran out of options. But I think I did the eyes right. Yeah, check out the eyes. I actually did it the way it is in the anime where he's got the red outline around his gold eyes. Kind of just got sloppy with those because here's Vegeta. His hair is a goddamn Indian headdress. Hey. Oh wait, did I do his eyes the same way as Goku? Because if I didn't, it's gonna bother me if I didn't. I think I did though. Yeah, I did. He's got the red around his eyes. And of course, people are gonna love this shit. It's JoJo. Despite everything about this design, I actually think I did a decent job. Gave him the handprint on the hat, gave him what looks like the chain coming off of his coat, even though it's technically a sticker, but I was able to make it look like it. I know you're going to laugh at this one too because it looks like it's an alternate design, but take a guess who that is. Yeah, I guess you're too busy doing something else. Alright. I'm not playing Soul Calibur. Well, here's another Mortal Kombat character. This one I actually did send to Kenny because Noob Saibot, well, Noob Saibot's one of Max's favorite characters, but, I mean, Kenny loves all the ninjas, so I figured he might like this. Actually, I think I did an alright job with him. It looks a little strange, but you know what? Noob Saibot's literally all shadow anyways. Oh, I wanted to ask you. Do you think Geese's hair looks better the way it is there, or do you think I should do the shorter hair for him? Like that? A Wesker looking style? I'm kind of at a loss. I mean, they both look all right. Yeah, that's what the first one is. Well, that's definitely not it. Yeah, this is the slick back look. This is the original one that I used for him. But his hair is like super long. Now, if this was like the young Geese Howard, he actually has his hair looking like Andy. What the hell? You know what? Screw it. Let's see what Geese looks like with a mullet. I don't think he likes it. He's about to go hunting some tigers. That's kind of like what young Geese looks like. He's got that slick back hair, but it's like super long. You know, I hate to do this, but I gotta do it. Putting Halmer's hair on Geese Howard. That just looks hilarious. As much as I'm curious about this, now I kind of want to see. Oh my god, you can change the hair color. Dude! That looks kind of cool. You gotta realize how long Sam Halmer's hair is for it to look like that. Now this is actually a real character in Samurai Showdown 3 and 4. This is the one I showed you the picture of. Joker! Still broadcasting, so knock it off with that stuff until I'm done. Can you not say that when you're asking if you can say that? Anywho. Yeah, but you think I did an actual alright job on this Joker? Because I think he actually does look pretty damn good. It's not like I'm monetized anyways. Yeah, here's that robber I showed you the still picture of. I think he doesn't look bad. Hair's a little fucking wild though. Here's that Vanessa character you asked about. Kind of basic, but that's kind of like how she looks. I don't think she looks bad. Her hair's a little long, but I think she's alright. The tie is definitely not accurate to what she normally looks like, but it's all I could do. Here's the Yuri that I made earlier today. Now, I know I screwed up the gloves, because the gloves look way off, because they're Dr. Ruru's gloves, but everything else is alright, I think. Here's this evil Ryu that I sent you a picture of. Actually, you know, I actually really like how he came out. He just came out looking badass. Like, he really did. I went with the short rage hair because his hair is supposed to be kind of spiked, but I think that's probably the better option. For a Soul Calibur type feel, I think he came out looking good. Here's Violent Ken. I still think he came out badass looking. The fact that you can see his eyes, like, that's how they drew him on Hyper Street Fighter 2, I think is what it was, the one on the Switch. They drew him to where he has the white with the white pupils. That's what I did with him. He came out badass, honestly. my last character so far. I've done. That's going to be my 75th character that I've made. Just made him tonight, but he came out looking really damn cool. The hell? He's got a damn dragon punch. Whee! If he only had a kick move. The genocide cutter. Good. What do you think, Joker? There's a close-up of him. Yeah, I friggin' love the way he looks. I mean, I was lucky that they put the tuxedo outfit in there. I think they did that for Kazuya because he was wearing a purple tux. Still looks fucking awesome though. Well, and that's it. I gotta look up some more of the design parts. Get my hands on those things and maybe I can make some more characters and figure out some more accurate stuff. Anywho, that's gonna do it.